Alright, here is the tank I have sitting outside on my front porch. You'll see there's several snails there. There's a lot of duckweed on the top of it. In the back you'll see a bubble filter that seems to be working backwards, bubbling through the system. And there's another bubble filter over there. This tank is actually a 65-gallon tank. And I used this tank for a bunch of experiments. The reason why it's sitting outside in direct sunlight, it used to have HOB hang on the back filtration systems that I worked endlessly to convert and upgrade, and actually working on a patent on that. Not sure if I'm going to patent the way I come up with, or just share it, give it away, or make the product with a 3D printer and sell it on eBay, Amazon, to customize everybody's filtration system. But the method I come up with, I actually had about 40 cichlids that size in this tank. That goldfish was actually a feeder fish that got away and never got ate. The last freeze, the dog come up, unplugged the heater of the tank, killed all the fish but a few. And if you see the size of the cichlids that were in there, you'll kind of get an idea. Well, also the air tube going to this HOB filtration system was undone, hanging out the back, so it back siphoned all the water out to about here. It started to smell, and I was wasn't feeling well health-wise, so I just filled it back up. And I was standing to the side, and I seen something move, and it just happened to be that goldfish. And I couldn't believe with the smell of it, and the all the algae and all the plant growth in there, that shows a concentration of elements, because that's what to have a successful plant growth, you have to have elements, nitrates, phosphates, so I filled it up, and the goldfish wasn't even gasping for air as the water was at that low level with the smell that it was giving off. So I filled it up and didn't put any air to it, had nothing going to it. I have a 220 in the back behind the house that houses my other fish, and I put the cichlids in there, and you know how notorious they are for digging. I got tired of going out there every day and filling in their holes, so I put them in here. Had no air on it, and they still weren't gasping for air. But if you see this beast here, this is my baby. Look, see if you can see the quality of him. I'm gonna have to turn the light on. This is a flower horn that I got from eBay online. Lime Star 96, I think. I'm telling you, this guy has awesome quality flower horns. There's another back there, but I'm assuming that's a female and that's a male. Look how beautiful he is. But that one was getting picked on in the back, so I just took some of this leaf guard that you can get from Lowe's and Home Depot, rolled it up, cut it, and used cable ties to cable tie it together. And you see how he's trying to get to it now. They had it in hide mode. But I've also got one down here that I made, and if you can see the cable ties there, and now you see the babies. This makes a cheap, easy way to make ways to house a fish that's being picked on, beat up, that needs to get treated. And another thing, think about this before you go to treat a fish. Whenever you treat a fish with antibiotics, do so in a separate tank. Don't put antibiotics in your tank, because the antibiotics will kill off some of your beneficial bacteria, which will upset the balance. It'll create a headache. It could not, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to upset some balance. But as you see these, And my point by this is algae. Algae. Well, you can't see it there. You can see the big piece there on the bottom of those plants there. The reflection from the trees is kind of getting away. But you see these fish are very, very healthy. So before I had any air to it, I added the air once I started adding a few more fish. But before I added the air to it, I decided to test the water versus my tap water. I have well water. I live in the southern tip of Alabama. If you go straight that way, walk 2 minutes, you're at the basically the Mobile Bay, and the other way behind me is Gulf of Mexico, Gulf Shores, Alabama. But so the well water here has a high amount of nitrates in it, and so when I first moved here, I didn't test the water. I was inadvertently adding nitrates to my water myself. There he is. Sorry, I'm shaking a little bit. I got tremors, but anyways, like I said, if you want a good high quality flower horn, this is imported from Asia. I got 3 of them left out of the 10-pack that I bought, and it says 10-pack, no culls, high quality. Trust me, there was some awesome ones in there that I've lost 7 of them from fighting and the cold, and the heater deal and stuff like that. But I got 3 left, and this is the only stuff that I've seen on other people having in videos and stuff like this. I've never seen this quality of a flower horn firsthand at any pet shops, anything around. But back to my point on this is everybody's talking about getting rid of algae in their tanks. Occasionally I'll scrub the outside of this tank, or the inside, so the light can penetrate through. But algae is your basis for growth in the world. They say blue-green algae started life. I highly recommend that you do not add chemicals to your tank or ponds to try to kill the bacteria or the algae, because eventually, within about 2 to 3 weeks' time, the green cloud in your water will disappear, which that means that the tank has balanced itself out. It's balanced itself out. Nothing you did to it. That means nature took care of it. It happened on its own, and 9 times out of 10, it will not come back. So this water, though, when I tested, was actually cleaner than my drinking water. Not only do I have tests to test the fish tanks, I have tests to test drinking water. I'm big on water quality. I'll put some more videos on there to show y'all what y'all are actually drinking in bottled water. Just adding a little bit of electricity to the water and showing you how the particles could come together. But anyways, I just wanted to put this video out there just to kind of show this this easy, cheap way to make something to put a sick fish in, or a fish that's getting beat up, protected. You can also put 2 flower horns side by side each other like this, and they can exchange eggs and sperm this way, because they will do it if they're close enough together, and this way they won't attack each other. And also a good way to protect the fry. As you see, let me see if I can tap on there, get them to run inside there. That's what they do. They run and hide in this box that I have made. Oops, it's kind of dirty there. That I've made there. That's their little protection, but that's cheap and easy. I think it's like under $15 for a roll of this, and you take a real strong pair of scissors and you cut it. I made this square one first, and then after I did it and was putting it together and using 50 cable ties, I was like, you idiot, why don't you just use a round one that makes 1 cut and a bottom cap and a top cap? So then all you do is have 1 seam and then semen around the bottom and the top, and then take a suction cup and see that round thing. That's a suction cup for a heater that and I'm pretty sure all of y'all have had heaters fail and have an extra suction cup left over. That's all that is an extra heater from a failed suction cup. Excuse me, extra suction cup from a failed heater. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with y'all, and another thing, these plants, these are all sourced from the wild. Nothing was purchased in this tank. There's hairgrass, there's duckweed, the spillways that you find at your convenience stores, but more the ones that you find at like Academy Sports, Petco, stuff like that. Go to the spillways, wherever the water collects from the runoff from the parking lot. Just go in there and look in there, and there's actually seeds planted in the grass, I think, because there's aquatic plants all in there. So save yourself a lot of money. I'll put another video of my back tank in a minute to show you the plants that I've got from there. I get thousands of dollars from them. That's how I actually scape plants that I do for customers, is I get the plants from there. They have no idea, and they grow wild in this area. That means they're going to do great in their tank. So if something grows wild in your area, put it in your tank, because it'll do well in your area. Thank y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day.